Look at the World Championship for Formula One stock cars, long track. When I say long track, stock cars in the UK operate on 550-metre long circuits. This one is a kilometre. Now we've got a lot of British interest here because there are a lot of British drivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 British drivers in this event. And the Dutch don't know what to expect because it is very, very fast. And we're going to find out from the organisers a little bit about it. Here's Kitty. And she's just telling us that the stock cars are all built by themselves, mainly 8-cylinder engines, Chevys, Buicks. They run on Goodyear tyres. So we have 2 World Championships, she said, one here on the long circuit, which is what I was just saying to you, and one in England on the short circuit. And everyone wandering around the paddock, and we meet the world champion from 1991, KROONDER. We just said they call you Speedy Gonzales. Are you going to be Speedy Gonzales? And he says, what are your chances today? He says, well, the English are very dominant, of course. They've been working a lot on their cars since we last met. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, what have you done to your car? How can you tune it? He said, well, it's really just engine and setup, pretty much. He's saying that we don't have a turbo here, we don't have injection, so it's just tuning, carburation, ignition, that sort of stuff. And we have ladies racing here as well. So she was 5th actually in the World Championship last year. So they're doing their parade of honour. It's very wet, I'm afraid. Everyone's come prepared. And we've got our own 1988 champion, Pete FALDING from Bunsworth in Yorkshire. He's number 33. Number 53 is John Lund, who was the 1986 champion from Clitheroe in Lancashire. We've got Andy Hodgson, 272. Paul Harrison, number 2. See them all there, bizarre looking cars, like Mad Max really, isn't it? But once they get going, it's going to be interesting to see what happens on the wet here. A rolling start, of course. So you can see on the 3rd row, here we see 53, look, and 33 next to him. That's John Lund and Peter FALDING. Then there's another row. Then there's Paul Harrison and Andy Hodgson. Then we've got Nigel Warden and Mike James. Then 172 is Steve Hodgson. Graham France is British. Bert Finnegan is 55, Chris Elwell is 501, Andy Webb is 247, and then we've got Lisa Harter, who we saw earlier, is number 42, Ian Higgins 29, and Hans Karima 159. Those are the British drivers as we roar off through the spray, and this is going to be so different because these are very powerful, these cars, and heavens above, I can hardly see the circuit myself, there's so much spray. But Ron KROONDER, Speedy Gonzales is out in front, and our boys are keeping out of trouble. Martin Verhoef is about 4th at the moment. And Chris Bimmel. So Pete Kaiser, number 10, is in the lead. Producing something like 370 brake horsepower. And there goes Paul Harrison, number 2, you can just see, hanging the back end out around there. And the answer is to keep out of trouble, I think. Peter FALDING, number 33. Let the others dry out the circuit a bit, or I don't think it's going to dry out, frankly. The speed's much, much lower, of course, here. Job van der Werf goes onto the grass now. Now what's going to happen? He's going to dig up the grass as well. It's the end of his racing ready for today. And another one, that's Ron KROONDER. He was supposed to be Speedy Gonzales, and he obviously felt the pressure coming up from behind, and that leaves John Lund and Peter FALDING in very good condition at the moment. So there is Peter Kaiser. Now then, there goes Peter Falding, challenging on the inside. Peter Falding, our British champion from Bunsworth in Yorkshire, going through on the inside. And he looks as if he's got immensely superior speed and handling at this stage. And of course they're coming around the back markers now, and this could create big problems. Can Pete get through? Whoa! Well, he very nearly lost it there, but he just got in front of one of the back markers. I think that was Lisa Harter. I'm not sure. And that's got one car between him and Peter Kaiser. There goes John Lund, number 53, look. And he's just moved ahead of Louis Wobbs, the Dutch driver. So 33, Peter Falding out in front, and clearly out in front. Negotiating back markers there, but he's got time to do it. They're moving over anyway. They see him come through. Look at the superior speed of Pete Falding's car as he just racing beautifully. And he's lapping everybody on the circuit at the moment. That's Frank van Vroonhoven. Kaiser's gone. Kaiser has gone off the circuit. So it's difficult to see who's where now. 24, as I said, is Frank van Vroonhoven. I would have thought by now John Lund. And KROONDER is back in action, of course. Now he's got to storm his way back through the field because he's miles behind the others. There's John Lund, almost serene, if you can say that these things are serene. Look how fast he's going down that back straight. Whoa, and another slider, which is Joopie van der Werf. That's the second time he's done that. And the old yellow flag's going out until he clears the circuit. And, well, it doesn't get into anyone's way, so that's okay. And he'll rejoin now. So there's John Lund, there's Peter Falding, sorry. And it looks as if he's got the World Long Track Championship well within his grasp. As 44 is Klaas van der Graat. And lots of back markers there, Koos Peters. And 501 is Chris Elwell, another British driver, overtaking. And all the British drivers are doing incredibly well. They kept out of trouble. And Elwell is now into third overall. So we got Pete Falding in front of John Lund, in front of Chris Elwell. It looks like in this World Championships it's going to be a clean sweep for Great Britain as the checkered flag comes out. And we have absolutely demolished the home drivers in Holland. And brilliant driving by the young man from Yorkshire. Quite superb. There he is. Wet but happy, Pete Falding. And look at that for a clean sweep. I didn't realise Nigel Wharton was in fourth position as well. And there's only one Dutchman in there, Lou Wobbis. Let's have a chat with Pete now as he passes us.
Congratulations with your new title. Give us a story, please.
Well, I just kept going as fast as I could. Even though I was bad, I couldn't see a lot at the time. I just had to keep going.
What about the weather conditions?
Very bad.
You are used to it in England?
Not like this. Too bad when it's like that.
Thank you.
Too much spray.
Too much spray, indeed.